focused. I'm feeling electric. I'm feeling that this is my moment in life. I'm a brave soul, you know. I'm a brave soul, and I'm somebody that you could trust to always speak up with injustices and try to be the best leader I could possibly be, admit my wrongs, but also, you know, fight for what I believe in.
People go, where does your confidence come from? You could say confidence borderline delusional. That's what people say, is it confidence or is it delusional? You see where my confidence comes from. Denzel's a phenomenal fighter. Sparring #1 ranked WBO middleweight in the world. He's currently probably walking around at light heavy, 2 weights above mine, and performing the way I'm performing. Heart rate's in the amber and green zone. That's what that is.
Some boxing matchups are created through rankings, belts, and mandatory defenses that slowly build over time inside the sport's official structure.
I was up at 5 a.m. For me, it is really just a matter of removing myself from my familiarities and my comfort zone.
So in the morning, he doesn't really have anything to eat.
Yep.
Before a session,
But there's another type of fight in boxing, the kind that doesn't come from paperwork or rankings, but from tension, ego, and years of unanswered questions. Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn feels exactly like that second category, where the fight almost builds itself long before anyone officially announces it.
Wake up, run at 5 in the morning when you're tired, go back, have a nap. It makes them sparring harder.
smells of hard work.
So,
And a lot of fucking beer, to be fair.
I like that. It allows me to push my body harder. It allows me to just, fully focus and be able to get up at 5 in the morning, do the runs without getting ill.
I see perfection, and I'm telling you, it's dangerous for the other guy because I see that he's a complete boxer. I told you yesterday that he was talking about his body structure, what it means to him, and now he knows that this is the way he has to be going into the ring. I've never heard that before. So I told him, you know what, that's a breakthrough. This is like, it makes you now complete fight.
On September 12th in Las Vegas, 2 of boxing's most recognizable and talked about fighters are expected to finally collide in a matchup that has shifted from rumor and speculation into one of the most highly anticipated potential fights of the year. For Ryan Garcia, this fight represents something even bigger than just another defense. It would mark his first defense of the WBC welterweight title he captured after defeating Mario Barrios, a win that proved he could step up in weight and still handle elite-level opposition with speed, timing, and composure. For Conor Benn, this fight carries an entirely different meaning.
I'm gonna be prepared because every day I've been doing this, and everything's been consistent. It's almost like getting your homework done. Like, you got your homework done, you've been studying, you have not lost, you've been at every class, and it's like, all right, I'm not that nervous. Like, still got a little ooh, but all right, if the question comes, I'm gonna be there to answer it. Like, I've already done this too many times to even be too worried about it. Don't worry about it.
It's not just about winning. It's about redemption, validation, and finally securing the signature victory that would erase doubt and officially establish him as a true world-level force at the highest stage of boxing. What makes this matchup so fascinating is the contrast in both style and mentality. Ryan Garcia brings elite hand speed, explosive timing, and a left hook that can instantly shift momentum in a fight.
It's elite all the way through. And for me, if you need anyone to push you or motivate you in training, you are in the wrong game. Because if you can't get up off your ass and get it yourself, no one's going to make you get it. If you start relying on other people to give you that ambition or that drive or that desire, again, you're in the wrong sport.
My life, that I've said to myself, you better push it. You better win. Like, my mom and dad, they gave their whole salary to this one tournament. We drove all the way over there. It was cross country. And I said, I'm right back home. This is gonna be torture. So I swear, my life, nobody was beating me. And I actually fought a southpaw. Guess what I did to him? Punished him. And came back with the national title. So.
He also brings the confidence of someone who believes he has already overcome the biggest doubts about his ability at welterweight. On the other side, Conor Benn brings relentless pressure, explosive combinations, and a mentality built on aggression and intensity. He has spent years dealing with criticism, questioning whether he truly belongs at the elite level, and that pressure has shaped him into a fighter who refuses to take a backward step. The rivalry itself has grown.
Good. Yeah, there, it's a rotation. More tension or good?
More tension.
Solid. Solid, good. So Tony's got him progressing incrementally week on week. So it's not just we do a blanket approach, it's based on the athlete, based on his times. We track all of the times, and today you probably saw all of his times improved exponentially. It was incredible. And it's interesting because at the start of the camp, he's like, I'm never going to be able to do that at the end of camp. Tony's like, trust me, you are.
Known through public comments, interviews, and callouts, with Garcia claiming Benn has been chasing this fight for years, while Benn insists this is the moment he has been waiting for his entire career. But underneath all the promotion and noise, the fight itself presents a very real and very dangerous boxing puzzle. Can Garcia use his speed, timing, and distance control to keep Benn on the outside? Or can Benn force his way inside, apply constant pressure, and turn this into a physically exhausting war where skill takes a back seat to momentum and willpower? On paper, Garcia may look like the cleaner, faster technician, but boxing has never been a sport that respects paper predictions once real pressure hits in the ring. Just when it seemed like the fight was fully transitioning from speculation into reality, Oscar de la Hoya stepped into the conversation and reminded everyone of a simple truth in boxing: no matter how loud the hype gets, a fight is never official until the contracts are signed and the business side says so. That comment stood out because the public conversation had already moved far ahead. Fans were talking about dates, venues, and fight nights in Las Vegas, while Oscar was essentially pointing out that from a promotional standpoint, the deal still wasn't fully finalized. That's classic
Movement, is it official that Ryan is facing Conor Benn? Can you let us know about that?
Not official. Nothing's official. Just quite yet. I've been hearing rumblings, and look. The bottom line is, Conor Benn is with Zuffa. Conor Benn is promoted by Zuffa and Dana White. I believe that's a fight that Ryan wants. And if Ryan wants that fight, me as his promoter, I have to grant his wish and work with every promoter.
Boxing, where excitement travels faster than paperwork to IT, creates a strange contrast where one side is mentally already in fight week, while the other side is still confirming whether the entire event is actually locked in or still under negotiation. But what makes Oscar's position interesting is that he isn't rejecting the fight at all. In fact, he speaks like someone who fully expects it to happen.
If I have to work with Dana White, so be it. Which I believe me and Dana White in the same room, breathing the same air, will probably be more entertaining than the actual fight itself. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it unfolds, all the negotiations and where this fight lands. And obviously, look, we're with DAZN. We are with Ryan Garcia, so again, I work with every promoter out there, and just to make
The difference is that fighters think in terms of opponents and competition, while promoters operate in a world built on contracts, broadcast rights, partnerships, and financial structure, things the audience rarely sees but that ultimately decide whether fights actually happen.
Watching this would be like, well, what's happening?
Right. Well, what's happening is, typical, fighters that are eager. They want to fight a certain guy, and they announce it on their social media platforms, and they go on shows announcing it, and not knowing that we still have work to do, which is fine, because if that's the fight that you want, then
That's what turns this situation into something bigger than just Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn. It becomes a reflection of modern boxing itself, where traditional promotional power structures, new business models, and rising crossover promotions are all trying to coexist.
He's got star character and star qualities. If he's going to make 147, if he's good at the weight, it'll be a good fight. If he has really struggled at the weight, he's going to struggle against Garcia, who is a massive puncher at welterweight with both left and right hooks, notably that left hook. It's a dangerous fight for him. I think it'll deliver all the way to the fight, but I'm afraid I think he'll get knocked out by Ryan Garcia, unless he knocks Garcia out himself. I want to see Devin Haney in with Ryan Garcia as well in the rematch. That's a match.
Both fighters clearly want the fight. Fans clearly want the fight. Even the promotional sides don't seem opposed to it. But now the challenge...
Around like Ali and Frazier on the floor in their suits, arguing in their slippery brogues. Everything they do in the build-up to that fight will be box office gold. The fight itself, I favour Garcia in a big way.
Is it the biggest fight outside the heavyweight division?
Because of the draw of Ryan Garcia and his huge social media following, because of where Conor Benn sits now, because Ring will be behind it, Turkey Al Sheikh will be behind it, Zuffa Boxing will be involved in it. It's a big crossover fight in lots of different...
challenge is aligning all the business pieces so the fight can actually become real. And in boxing history, when everyone agrees on the matchup, it usually only becomes a matter of time before it gets made official. Still, nothing moves in boxing without the final signature, and that keeps the tension alive, and that's where Gareth A. Davies shifts the conversation completely.
Oh, it is what it is. I like the fight. I don't think Conor is ready for Ryan, but if there is a champion at 147 that Conor would beat right now, it may just be Ryan. Ryan and Conor will do crazy numbers. I think Ryan has a lot of the edge here. I think Conor showed in his last fight he is still a ways to go from being world level. If that ever happens at all, I don't know. And Ryan showed in his last fight, even if it was Mario Barrios, that he's back on track. Like I said, this will be on...
While Oscar focuses on business and contracts, Gareth is already analyzing what happens once both fighters actually step into the ring in Las Vegas. What stands out in his analysis isn't just favoritism. It's the...
With the WBC and Zuffa and Dana White and Oscar De La Hoya, and the whole thing is chaos right now in boxing. But amongst the chaos, we have at least a very fun build to a fight. I don't know how the fight will go. Listen, we know that both guys, Conor Benn and Ryan Garcia, bring it on fight night. So I don't expect a bad fight. I expect Conor Benn to really get stuck in, and while doing that, probably run into a left hook, I'll be honest. But still, regardless, I think it'll be a fun fight, and I think it'll be one that we'll walk away from saying, if anything, it was entertaining as long as it lasts.
Focus on weight, which he treats as the key factor that could decide the entire fight. Conor Benn has spent the past few years fighting across different weight classes, even competing above welterweight, where he appeared physically strong and comfortable. Now, the question becomes whether dropping back down to 147 pounds affects his energy, strength, and ability to impose his aggressive style against one of the fastest fighters in boxing. From Gareth's perspective, Benn still carries the core traits that define his style: pressure, aggression, and non-stop forward movement, but there's uncertainty about whether he still has the same explosive physical edge that once overwhelmed opponents early in fights. Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia stands as the WBC champion with one defining advantage that changes everything: pure speed. The kind of speed that can turn defensive mistakes into instant damage in less than a second. But Gareth also acknowledges that Benn's style makes him dangerous regardless of the odds. Pressure fighters don't wait for permission, they force exchanges and drag opponents into uncomfortable situations. The problem is that every step forward against Garcia carries risk, especially when that risk includes a perfectly timed left hook waiting to be countered. He also highlights the commercial reality of the fight. This matchup has everything modern boxing thrives on: controversy, social media buzz, global attention, personality clashes, and enough promotional material to dominate headlines for weeks leading into fight night. But when the promotion ends and the spotlight fades, the fight comes down to a single technical question: can Benn consistently close distance and land clean shots before Garcia lands first? Gareth leans toward Garcia in that scenario, and the closer the fight gets, the more that argument starts to gain weight. At the same time, other analysts view the fight from a different angle entirely, seeing it not just as a technical matchup but as a potential blockbuster event capable of pulling boxing back into mainstream global attention, and that clash of opinions, predictions, and perspectives only increases the anticipation rather than settling it. So despite all the uncertainty around contracts, styles, and predictions, everything ultimately points back to September 12th. Ryan Garcia enters aiming to solidify his reign as WBC welterweight champion. Conor Benn enters looking for the defining victory of his career. Oscar de la Hoya focuses on the business side, still catching up with the hype. Gareth A. Davies sees speed and timing as the deciding factor. Others see a potential global spectacle in the making. And despite all the different opinions, one thing is certain: this fight has all the ingredients to become must-watch boxing.